All right. Hey, guys. My name is Tom.
My name is Melinda.
And we got some big news for you today. I guess this is kind of... Da-da-da. I was going to say, like, foreshadowing to the How I Met Melinda's story, but foreshadowing's kind of dark sounding.
Yeah. No, foreshadowing just hints at things that will happen in the future.
Okay. All right.
Foreshadowing.
I'm going to move the mic, so sorry for that noise. Basically... Well, Melinda, do you want to drop the news?
Sure.
Okay.
We can drop it together.
Okay.
On
so,
the count of three.
All right. Okay. One, two, three.
We're engaged.
Yeah. This past weekend, or yesterday, actually, I asked Melinda to marry me, and she said yes, which is good. Otherwise, this video would have a much more darker tone to it.
Much sadder video.
But I think you guys can tell I'm really stoked. We shared it on our Twitters and Facebooks today. We took yesterday to kind of privately celebrate, and we wanted to share it with you guys because a friend, I don't know, Philip once asked me what the whole point of this was, and I thought about that, and I've been thinking about that, and it's just I like sharing my life over something fun. I don't know if there really is a point to it. I think it's fun, and I like talking to you guys, and I like having Melinda experience that with me because I do. I think it's so much fun, and that is the whole point of it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Melinda, I'll let you tell the story of how it happened.
Okay, wait. You tell your story. You tell your first part.
Okay.
Of how that kind of happened, and then
All right. So I bought the ring Friday, and I had this different plan originally on how to do it, but I had some drama with a friend, and it's funny because that drama, along with stress from work, made that week really crappy, So this has been the most kick-ass ending to a bullshit week otherwise. But I bought the ring. My friend Marcus and I went to a jewelry store, and I picked it out, and I had several photos of the styles of rings. Yeah,
I was like, I'm not gonna pick it out for you, but I'll give you some directions. So I sent 12 to 13 to 14 photos to Tom. Like, here you go. These are the types of things I like.
Which I was freaking out about because I don't know. It's buying. I don't know if you've ever bought one. If anyone in our subscribers, if any of you guys have ever bought a ring, but it's super stressful because you don't want to pick out the wrong one.
Because that's what they're going to have for the rest of their life.
Yeah, and so I got it, and I was super stoked on it, and Marcus, my friend that went with me, he was super pumped about it. And Saturday came around, and I was kind of sharing with some friends that I had bought it, and just decided right then, I was going to do it spontaneously, and so I asked Marcus if he thought it would be weird because Melinda was at a football game or getting ready to go to one. If I showed up with Baloo, put the ring on his collar or something, and asked that way, if he thought that would be a good idea, and he thought it would be pretty badass, and so I went with it from there. I called her friend and arranged this meetup where I had originally planned to tell her that something was wrong with Baloo, something's fucked up on his neck. I need you to take a look at it. Marcus luckily told me that might be a bad idea because it might give Melinda a heart attack, if I said something was wrong with the dog. And so, the rest of the story. Yeah. So I'll let you take over from here.
All right. Well, rewind a little bit. I was over at my best friend's house, Megan, and Tom calls Megan and just called. He happened to call at the correct time because Megan was in the back part where her car was, and I was at the front part where my car was, and so when Megan picks up, he goes, "Are you alone?" That was the first
I didn't say it that
asked.
intense. This is the third time in the story you're like, "Are you alone?" I'm like,
I like to imagine that intense, so just let me have that.
Okay.
Okay, so Tom was really like, "Hey, are you alone?" And Megan was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Well, I'm thinking about doing this at the tailgate," and Megan was like, "No, why
no, she said it would be cool.
She said it'd be cool,
yeah.
But then you guys decided that maybe it would be better to be a little smaller or whatever you decided. And so Megan's like, "Hey, we have to go to this park to wait for our friend Sasha because she's going to ride with us to the tailgate." And I was like, that makes sense. Sasha makes us meet her at weird places all the time. So we're sitting there, and we had gone to a store before, and I saw that Tom called Megan, and I was like, Tom never called Megan. That's strange. And he was like, oh, I need to meet up with you guys. I need some help with something with Baloo. And so I already kind of was worried because I was like, wait, if he doesn't know how to get there, why don't we just go to the house? I'm so worried. And Megan's like, no, he's just going to meet us here. Like, I've already told him how to get there. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure we shouldn't go there? Like, I'm really worried. And I even text Thom. I'm like, do you need me to meet you at the house? And he's like, no, he's okay.
Yeah, when I got that text, I was like, oh my God, no, just meet us at the park.
And so I'm already feeling, I go back and forth between feeling stressed out and feeling like, oh wait, I think that, maybe something's happening, And so we're at the park, and Megan's like trying to get me to walk around the park with her. I'm like, no, I need to be close to the road because if there's something wrong with Baloo, maybe time is of the essence. And so I see them pull in, and Baloo's sitting in the front seat, and Thom is sitting in the back seat, and our friend Marcus is driving. And
Which I'll explain that. Like, we had the rings on his collar, on like a key ring, and so I was super stressed that he was gonna scratch his neck or something and knock the ring off or something. So I was freaking out the whole time we were in the car.
And so he's just sitting perfectly still in the front seat, and that was really a funny sight. I wish I had a photo of that, but. Thom was like, I'll just meet you guys over there. And so then Thom starts walking to me, and he was like, well, I was trying to give Baloo a bath, but I couldn't get his collar off, so I was just going to see if you would help me get his collar off. And that's when, I noticed the rings on there, and then Thom is already bending down because he's showing me something on the collar, and then ends up popping a knee. And then, of course, mushy stuff is said.
Yes, mushy stuff is said. We'll keep that between us.
And I, of course, said yes. And then we celebrated, and it was really nice because we just got to be together and celebrate. And we had two of our best friends there with us, and they caught some photos, which was really
awesome.
Nice.
And we called our families and shared the news. And oddly enough, like my dad, I've kind of shared my relationship with my dad on here. I told my dad, and he was stoked, and he was like, "Hey, congratulations! That's awesome." And then he was just sitting there talking. He was like, let me tell you about what's been going on with me. And he just kind of went into this, just kind of, I guess, random series on, things that were going on with him and stuff like that. And
but it was funny.
Yeah, it was totally funny.
I had one friend that when I told her, she started bawling. And so it is fun getting to share those reactions with our closest friends, because definitely how they feel is very, very, all very excited for us, but how people show their excitement is strange.
Definitely. And so now, now we have a wedding to plan. What is odd to me is I'll begin Monday feeling like I am starting this new chapter of my life. And I love that feeling when especially this one. This is going to be, I think, the greatest chapter, but knowing that I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with my best friend, and just, I don't know, that kind of support, and I don't know, it just makes me want to improve in every other way. That's totally what a different was oh man, now I got to be all Superman, and get shit done and be responsible, not that I didn't already have those goals before we got engaged, but it totally, it totally made me aware of I have these certain shortcomings, and I really want to work on those. And even that, to have you show me that stuff, I'm super thankful for. I can't, I don't know, I don't really know how to say it, but that is a really important part of it for me, and so I don't know if that makes sense.
It doesn't. It makes perfect sense.
All right, awesome.
And I feel we're just really lucky to have found each other, because it takes a lot of people a long time to find someone that they feel that with.
But we want to thank you guys for the support and the fun that you've had with us. We're going to continue.
How I Met Melinda, and then How I Met Thom.
Yeah, and then How I Met Thom. So you guys know kind of how we got to this point, and we're going to be posting all kinds of videos, sharing our fun with you guys, and hope that you continue to have fun with us in the future. That's the video, guys. We're going to cut it off here and go enjoy our day. I'm going to play some video games, and Melinda's going to go take Baloo to the dog park.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No, just thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Being interested in our relationship.
Definitely. It's so cool to share this stuff with you guys, and we hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.